Hello everyone, another random review. Today it's a pen. I've been using this titanium pen in my man purse for several years now. I got this from AliExpress. It says Tucson on it. I don't know if that brand's still around. I've noticed a trend on AliExpress, like things just come and go. You know, they make these batches of products, everyday carry products, and if you don't pick them up, they're just gone forever. So, yeah. But, you know, they always come out with new designs, so it's not like I don't know. If you like something on AliExpress, I suggest you buy it. Not because of affiliation, it's because that's what I noticed. I've bought thousands of things on there. Anyways, I had a little tritium thing here, and this is fine. Nothing wrong with it. It's a replaceable thing as well. The only thing I didn't like is the tip of this. If you rotate it totally tight, it doesn't line up perfectly. You can see it's a little bit off, and it's a threading, see? So, that's I guess one quirk about this Tucson, so maybe you want to avoid this brand. Obviously you can just carry normal pens like normal people do, but I'm not normal. So there's a plastic material called PEI. It's supposed to be some sort of industrial plastic, and this will be my first exposure to it. But honestly, I just did a bunch of research online, and it's still inferior to 61 aluminum in pretty much everything except our electric conductivity. This is being plastic, it's not going to conduct electricity. But I'm not really concerned about that when I'm talking about a pen. So I guess I just bought an expensive plastic pen. That's basically what it comes down to. So that's a nice case. It's like one of those cases you get like a carbide milling machine bit in or some sort of tool. So that's neat. And then you have a spare ink thing, and it says, well, I'm trying to see if there's a standard dimension of unit for replacements. I don't know, there's a 14 there. 2080? Maybe it's a 2080 cartridge. I don't know much about pens. Why is it all, oh, maybe that's just glue to seal in the ink. Anywho, that's nice. And then we have a spare O-ring and a spare spring in the event that you use this a million times. Okay, so there we are. The overall length of this particular one is around almost 12, maybe 190, 111, I can't even make that out, 119, 118 millimeters. I can't think anymore. I don't know, in case you haven't noticed, I don't practice my videos. I have 2,700 videos on this channel, so I don't have time to research or practice stuff. Okay, well, it's got this J-shaped lock for the thing, and that's kind of nice. It's the actuator is just like a cylinder, but it actually has ridging, so it's not just a straight, flat-sided thing. I do feel this is a machined button, and it's probably threaded on to that. I don't know if that shaft and this thing are the same piece or not. I can't tell. Possibly there's a break there, so I'm trying to undo it. No, I think it's probably thread locked, which would be the logical thing to do. And just based on the color, I have to assume that is stainless steel of some sort. Same with this clip. Actually, this clip could be titanium. It's hard to say. Yeah, titanium and stainless steel generally are not magnetic. So this is not magnetic, but still doesn't, I don't know. The color of it, though, to me, makes me think it's titanium of some sort. But this one, it seems like it's definitely stainless steel, just the color of it. Yeah, stainless steel doesn't necessarily have to be magnetic. Okay, I'm wondering now, I see some threading down there for the end cap. And then you can see, and here, there's just ribbing going around the whole thing. So I guess that's good for grip. Yeah, alright. It's quite an interesting design detail. It's going around every part of the outside surface. You can definitely feel it. But it's not abrasive. It doesn't feel like sandpaper. It's just ribbed for someone's pleasure. Okay. Oh, now you see here. That probably wasn't smart of me to do. So you're going to have to hold this clip in place. And there. Let's see what this stuff is. I guess this is the raw color of PEI. I guess GE invented this stuff under the brand name ultem. but there's different grades of PEI according to the research I did online. So, alright, well, it's threaded and all that stuff. I'm not going to test the durability of this. All I know is I looked at some comparisons to aluminum and it's inferior in strength and all that stuff. So, just because it's an industrial plastic doesn't mean it's going to be stronger than some cheaper materials. I do wonder, I bet you could probably undo that with enough force. Maybe you have to heat it up though to break the thread lock, because otherwise how would you possibly get that out of there? Or maybe it's just never intended to ever come out. Okay, so you don't even really need this end cap if you don't want it, but obviously you're going to run the risk of crushing this and breaking it. So I am going to keep that in place. Ooh, I almost cross-threaded it there. I wonder if it has a risk of, no, I was going to think maybe it has a risk of undoing itself, but the clip itself is under tension. See if I do undo it a little bit. You see it wants to be at this angle, right around there. So now, if I tighten this all the way, this is going to go under tension. So I think if this is tight, this thing is always trying to push outwards, which means it's always putting the threads under tension, which makes me think it might not want to back out because it's being pushed tight. But I could be totally wrong there. I guess if it really bothers you, you could put some thread lock in there or silicone glue. But I'm not gonna. And there's that O-ring, I guess. So, yeah. So that O-ring in this case probably is to keep it from, backing off. And so that would probably explain why there is no O-ring there, because maybe my theory is correct. Okay, well, it's a certain thickness. And then we got that spring, and then we have a cover for the ink. There's not much to it, right? It's a pen. But I've never seen ultem before, or PEI before, so we undo this. By the way, I guess the diameter might interest you. It's around 11 millimeters in diameter where you would hold it at the widest point. It does thin down a little bit there. Or does it? Well, it might be an optical illusion. I feel like it's bigger here at the front. But maybe it's not. Interesting. No, I think it's actually all the same diameter. But maybe it's just the way, you can see through it. But I feel like I thought it was bulging out here, but I'm mistaken. Alright, I'm going to try to draw my logo here. Nope, that's wrong. I was going for like a street thing. That's as good as I can get it. So one thing you like to do also with inks is to see if they smudge. So I just draw really quick and then try to streak it. And yeah, it did a little bit. You can see a little bit of streaking, but not much, and that was like right after. So obviously if you let the ink dry, like any ink, it's not an issue. Yeah, okay. So drawn on a silicone mat. So whatever cartridge this thing is, it flows very fast, right? I mean, it's not skipping any lines or anything like that. Whereas if we look at this super cheap one, I don't know if it's gonna. No, that one's actually flowing very fast too. And then here's a big crystal with a huge thing. I guess most people probably don't draw super fast or write super fast, but if you're gonna do a signature, right? That's not my signature, by the way, but this can hold up. It's a very thin, I assume, probably a 0.5 millimeter head on it. So, but you could obviously replace, that with whatever this size is. Again, maybe it's a 2080, I don't know. Okay, so that's a bit of a mess. Anyways, I guess let's see how much this thing weighs. This cheap pen is only 7 grams. This thing is like 15, 16 grams, so like twice his weight. And now, one of the reasons why I bought this thing is I carry this around my man purse all the time, but it's pretty heavy. I mean, I can feel it in that purse being so made of titanium. Oh yeah, this is almost twice the weight, right? So you have almost three consecutive doublings of weight, roughly, of course. So this is, of course, a much wider pen than this cheap one, but it's just a denser, thicker, stronger pen. Where obviously this is made of really cheap plastic. If you step on it, it's gonna break. I don't know about this. I'm not gonna test it, but it's supposed to be some sort of fancy industrial plastic. It's really temperature resistant, chemical resistant. But naturally, if you lose this, you're gonna be out a certain amount of money. Who cares if you lose a cheap thing like that? So I guess it's just a matter of what you want to put your money into. I'm actually pretty happy I ended up buying this because it is half the weight roughly than this thing. So this might be my new man purse, and this will be maybe just put in a different man purse, or maybe I'll leave it in the car or something. Alright, so just a casual review as usual. I don't have time to research anything like that. Maybe if you're an expert on this PEI stuff, you can leave a comment as to why it's being used for everyday carry stuff. Just because it's transparent? I'm not sure. I do like it though. I like being able to see all the innards. And I've seen a bunch of everyday carry knives using this for the scales of or whatever the side plates of a knife are. So I think I'm going to get one of those. And so if you like this kind of content, we'll see you when that knife comes in. Thanks for checking this out. See you next time around.